sorry, there was an XSplit update actually which took a few minutes. I was a bit delayed and I was in a bit of panic. But anyway, I'm ready to roll now. 3-minute auto pairing, at least for the next 45 minutes. 3-minute auto pairing. So Smith Mora Gambit, maybe. No idea, especially when it's accepted. Okay, it looks like a reasonable position to start off with. I might be mistaken. Get this bishop out of the way of a potential attack there. It looks as though knight g5. I'll make sure a4. Okay, bishop a6. Right, that's a little bit annoying. Yeah, I'm concerned already about this position, if I'm getting anything from it. Maybe bishop h6. Then there could be queen h6 and knight g5 after. Alright, let's point the bishop on this diagonal. If knight e5, well, okay, let's pin that guy. Actually, g4 might be something. Knight takes e5, knight e5, queen e5. Okay, is there g4 here in any case? And this is anything stronger. Something's not quite right with the green screen up there. Hopefully that's altering it better. Okay, a little bit. This looks okay. Now, this looks like a reasonable start position to piece up. In fact, rook here, I think I'll take, and then rook takes, and then rook over here. Queen c6 is a concern. If I took here, then there's queen e7 check. This looks very dangerous all of a sudden, I think, for my opponent's king. More than mine at the moment, because of queen e7 check. And then queen g7 is checkmate. Okay, I've started with a win there. Let's go on to another opponent, if possible, or not. Let's try knight f3 just for fun. Maybe a delayed Smith Mora Gambit, and then he's played a6, because I think I like this position with the Smith Mora with a6 definitely played. Delayed Smith Mora Gambit. If I go here, does he play knight ge7? He might do. I've played in this sort of position before. It seems comfortable as well most of the time. I hope it's going to be comfortable from here. e5 would seem to correct bind on the d6 square in any case. Aha. Okay, it's weakened d5. There's knight c7. Knight c7 is threatened. Alright, that was a quick resign there. Birdman 2, higher rated opponent here. Let's try this 2 knights, 4 knights with d4 Scotch game. Give up the dark square bishop. Let's give me f4. with tempo. There's rook f3 for bishop h7 potentially. And queen h5 for queen h6, bishop h6. Okay, he's got queen f8. Let him play it. There's still f5 on the cards. Fg, bishop g6, f7 check. f7 check. When the rook, well, there's queen f6 might be stronger. Queen f6, rook f4, trying to mate instead. G5, queen g5, still dangerous, queen h6, rook h4. There's rook e4 though. Hold on, there's rook e4. Alright, let's take this guy. The queen's come off, win the bishop. Alright. Okay, let's get the queens off here. There's bishop f5 to be annoying. Rook c7, bishop c2, rook c6. He's got a dangerous pawn there, potentially, with d4. Let's hold on to this pawn for a moment. Try and kick this bishop. Oh, he's going to end up with a dangerous pawn, whatever happens. Try and weave a mating net. My king's there, h4. And then double on the 7th. Or g5, rook h7 will be mating. Get this position with h4, g5, rook h7. He plays g5 to stop rook h7. hg, or rook f6 for hg. Rook f6, hg. If bishop g6, h5. Alright, this could be a little bit of a grind here with that bishop. He's going to be quite resilient with that bishop. The exchange down. There's d4, rook c5. Is that worth it? Trying to pick up that pawn. He's got a dangerous pawn here. d4, rook c5. Okay, not. Pick up this one. There's rook b2. There's rook a3. I think I'll pick up this one next. There's quite a bit of work to do here. Alright. Let's restrict the king for a moment. King f4, king e5. Alright, try and weave a mating net with rook b7. He's got d4 coming up. Mind you, d4, king e4 now. Rook f3, king e5. Then he plays d4 and there's king e4. Okay, there's no rook f5 at the moment. Okay, there's a check here. Yes. There's rook f7. Alright, try this. Alright, let's take this guy, just get rid of these dangerous pawns. Go back to the second. Oh, he's resigned here. I was going to go back to the 7th rank after. I'm just clicking the 3-minute all the time just to get a variety of opponents. And this pawn gambit is probably pathetic. d5. That's weird, isn't it? King f1, was that mouse step? Hit the bishop. Okay, let's see what to do here. Maybe queen e7 for a moment. That's giving up a piece. Pause a bit. See if I can get someone else. Nope. Maybe. Okay. Let's try English opening. Bit positional here. There's no rush to try and win the game in 10 moves. Knight e5. Alright, it's my move, isn't it? Okay, that's worrying. Okay, knight e5. Let's see if I castle e3 after. Right. If I took on d5, check. I could take here. Knight e3. On d5. I have weakened my light squares a bit. Let's just fianchetto this knight for a moment. Maybe put the bishop on f2 to protect d4. e3. Knight goes to e5 maybe. There's a certain plan. Stop knight c4. Right, let's maneuver this to e5. Protect c3. Might have to play queen d2 here. Queen c7, queen d2. What is he doing though? Knight c6. I don't know what he's doing particularly. I've got this nice extra centre pawn still. Knight e5 here. Does he do this? I've got my extra centre pawn, but I don't know what I'm doing with it. If he took, okay, he's still got annoying stuff like queen b4. I can't make sure I've got pressure on d5 now if he took. Okay, what is he doing with the light square bishop? Anything? I could have just taken there. Like I can now. Oops, I missed that. I just wasn't paying attention. Alright. Let's go on to another opponent. I was thinking he's solid, you know, that's why I wasn't expecting anything like that. I just had this idea, general impression was, I know it's just Blitz, but my general impression was that because the opponent seemed solid, I wasn't looking for any major disaster moves. But there's always these weaknesses of the last move, even if the general impression is of solidness. It's, yeah, there could be a disaster at any move in this Blitz chess. Any move could be a total disaster for the opponent if they create a fatal weakness of the last move. So knight e2. Let's see, knight e2. I don't know if he's going to double the pawns. Okay, he does. If he does it again, I get king g2 and rook h1. Maybe, you know, c3, king g2. Okay, he's going to torture me like that. Is he? Oh, I don't like my king being exposed too much. Maybe I'll pop over here. Rook g1. Queen d2. This sort of plan. That g file. Ah, light squares. Queen d3. Queen g6. Knight g7. Queen h7. Bishop g6 after. It'll be dangerous. Queen g6. Queen h7. Bishop g6. Be winning knight on g7. Let's say, okay, let's say Queen g6, Queen g7, Queen h5. Alright, let's say doubling here. I think f5, Rook g5, Queen g5, Queen h. No, he blocks that diagonal. Okay, so let's say I double the rooks then. Let's try and double the rooks for Rook h4. f4, Bishop b3. These come into mind. The king there. f4 and Bishop b3. I'm trying to break up his pawns a bet. Undouble my pawns there. Hit d5. Queen f5 check. Winning was dangerous. This is looking dangerous to win d5 potentially. So he's parried it. What about c4 then? Trying to open this diagonal. Pressure on d5 again. He's quite persistent about holding up d5. There might be cd, knight e4, using the pin and the pin to hit g5. So let's say rook d8, cd, knight e4, using both pins. How does he protect g5? g4, rook g4. I think this is the way to go. Is he going to play rook d8? Rook d8. Okay, he plays king g7. Okay, let's take that. And now what? Okay, let's go to the center file. Maybe rook e6, introducing a pin there, relative pin. Rook e6, maybe. My back row feels weak all of a sudden with e1 exposed at the moment, c1 exposed as well. Maybe queen e3. Stop queen c1 check, just in case. Now he's only got 30 seconds here. If I don't get mated, I'll be doing well. If I don't get mated in the meantime. Queen's coming off. 20 seconds. Looks promising. Pressure on d5. e4 might be good. Or just knight d5. How is that ending? It'll be a pawn up. Knight d5. Knight d5. Rook d5. Be like pawn up. I'll just get rid of all the pawns.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, there's a lot of applause on this site. Okay. Falcon. Okay. Let's play knight f3. Let's get the king off this diagonal. Let's play bishop f3. Slide the queen over. Bishop e3. Rook ad1. That sort of thing. Rook ad1 here. I don't lose at e4 straight away. What about this? Maybe it's better for e4 support. Oh. No, I just dropped e4 for nothing. That was Muppets territory. Okay, nevertheless. Knight f5 looks dangerous, or rook f5. Either. Bishop f6, rook f6. I might be threatening bishop d4 here. Bishop d4 seems dangerous. Okay, he's on the rook. I'm threatening mate. But he's won another pawn. If I double rooks for a moment. Let's put pressure on f7. Okay, battery opportunity. Bishop c3. If the queen went up, that'd be a battery. h4, h5. Is that doing anything? hg, rook g6. No, queen g6. No, I'm just nonsense. Hold on. I'll do this anyway. See if I can soften up this king position. Sorts out my back row for a moment. Oh, h4 is now hit. Now I'm in bigger trouble. h4 hit. Oh no. If I move the bishop, h4 drops. This looks like trouble, this position. h5, hg, f takes. I've got nothing. at the moment. Surely. Let's think about this. Is there nothing? Now he's hitting this. Can I play bishop e3 to hit the rook? Unless there's anything stronger. He's threatening rook d4. I have to do something about that. Let's see, queen b4. Let's goes there. Still rook f5 here. Rook h4, queen h4, queen f5, rook f5. I don't know that ending. What if I just accept exchange of rooks? Oh, okay. Oh, no. I don't like this. What he's doing to me. Let's get rid of one pair of rooks then. Nasty, nasty. Two pawns up. Oh, I didn't even mean that. I've got to be careful with the mouse steps. Can I get one pawn back? Okay. Try and get one pawn back. I guess he's going to take to kill my excitement for the position. Yeah, it's lovely. Thanks very much. Nice. For a draw. Well, I did offer a draw. Okay. He wants to win it. Fine. Okay. Try and win it with 15 seconds. I think it's like over-optimism. I don't know how he would win that in 15 seconds. There's just no way. But anyway, okay. I did offer a draw. Okay. I'm going to play him again. Ah, great. Okay, so bishop e7. Alright, let's try knight d4 here. Oh, knight e3. It's giving me knight e3 on a plate for some reason. Knight e3 on a plate. Sorry, is there any questions on stream? I don't know. I don't know if you've got any. I'll try and maximize some of my other monitor if you've got any questions. Okay. Alright. Can I be the one to get materials soon? It looks as though I've got a very nice position here. Oh, there's knight c2. Check. avoid this check on c4. It still looks like a very nice position. d5, bishop e7, queen a4 is the snag. Alright, he's being a bit greedy, isn't he? And if I do this, this bishop e3 threatens, which he's missed, I believe. There might be okay, there might be queen c7, rook out. Maybe it's best if I just win the exchange. Okay, win knight. Okay, can we get someone else? No? Let's try G3. Okay, I'll take that pawn. Owen's defence. I prepared against an Owen's defence. I think it's a British Championship game. I had this Gambit prepared. It worked okay. So I feel I'm being attacked here. I'm being attacked here. But I would have played h5 myself. Here it seems as though h3 is plausible. Or does he play just queen d7? I don't know, something like really aggressive, because I don't know, my king, there might be an issue with my king. Might. Right. So this guy's trying to play like me or something. Knight takes. What about just knight takes though? I don't think it's particularly sound. I think f takes actually. I can play rook takes f3 after. I stop the use of the h4 square there with fg. Just take this guy. Yes, if I'm gobbling up the pieces, I don't need to attack. But as long as there's no queen h4. Right. If I do something about this diagonal. Knight a4. Alright, so that thing's not cutting across my king. So I have less to worry about, I think, because of this bishop not cutting into my escape squares. So let's see what happens here now. Bishop takes knight f4. Okay. Well, I believe I'm 2 pieces up. I've played. Well, I've only got 1 minute 27. I guess that's his point. I'm taking time. Too much time? Maybe that's his main point here. Taking a bit too long. I played d6 here. Get rid of this. Okay, let's try another. Let's do this. This seems very standard so far. He knows his theory. B4. B4. Try and put pressure on E4 here. If I play B4, that's my main threat. I would say one thing I'm concerned. Knight takes. Alright. Knight takes. Knight takes. I don't think that works. It's something to check out sometimes, but not here. Let's say A3, Rook C8, A3, Rook C8. What does he want to do then? I think I want to play Rook C8. I think I want to play D5, Knight E4. Queen A5, that sort of thing. Queen A5, King B1. Let's try this. Opens up the bishop. This looks okay. If he ever takes, he's slightly weakening C2, but C2 is covered at the moment by the knight. Aha, there is Queen E5 here, as well as Bishop G5 check. I'll go with Queen E5, I think. Now there's no Queen H5 at the moment. Bishop G5, is that handy? King B1. Knight D2, King A1. Not particularly. No, Knight D2 wins the exchange. I'll be forking the King and Queen. So Bishop G5 is a way of technically winning the exchange, but what happens to my king after? I can just take that guy. Now Knight is... Oh. Alright. Okay, he played it like thematically to start off with, I thought. Shock. Giggy. Let's hope Shark Giggy is not a shark. Huh. So, let's see. Takes Knight G4. Right, so he's hitting my knight. If I took, he takes, I took, hitting the queen. It's sort of, I think it would be a fun game. So I'll play it. Because I've got this F file and oh, there's Knight C7 as well. Hang on, I didn't mean to lose further material. Oh no, I didn't mean that one. That's for sure. I didn't mean that one. Okay, I've definitely made it a fun game now. Now, I think there's Rook E8 or Queen E7. Bishop F5. His king's still in the centre, so I'm hoping this is not totally lost. Because his king's still in the centre, yeah. While the king's so vulnerable. I think there's rook f3. G takes, bishop f3, king e3. Oh, there's bishop h6 there. Okay. Maybe a bit too much fun, that one. Oh, playing him again. Okay. So standard stuff so far. Is he going to play? No, I thought he might play d6. D6. Clearly not tempted. Knight takes d5. Would there be a problem? Check. No, there isn't a check. Knight d5. No, he's got that knight on it. Let's try and not lose too much material, if possible. What about just bishop e3? Is that a sane move, which doesn't lose too much material immediately for nothing? So yes, I've noticed the knight protecting d5. I've established that important finesse of the possession. The knight is holding d5 here. Okay. He's had the cheek to play his d pawn in one go. And he's probably going to be doubling my pawn soon. That would kick that knight away from b4. I've got knight c2. Wow. Let's just lose the exchange then for nothing. Okay. Try and keep some complexity on the board. Keep this bishop on if I can. If I play queen e1 here, just to stop queen h4 for a moment. How would I improve this position? Don't know. Knight d2, there's bishop d3, there's rook f3. Maybe this is worth putting a rook on h3 in any case. If I have a rook on h3, queen h4 when he's not looking. Okay, if I grab this pawn, okay, a4 is going to be dropping as well. So, yeah, okay, let's take this. And yeah, to go with this, I think h5, soften up, rook f3, rook h3. Hopefully, I'm going to soften his king side before I lose all my pawns. Bishop e6, queen g6, bishop g7. f5, ef, e6, rook d4. What about rook f3, rook d4, cd? Might be worth doing it. I'll win e6 anyway, then swing a rook. So queen g6, queen e6, then swing a rook. So his rook d4 isn't that quick. If I can swing a rook. Okay, without rook d4 being too destructive immediately. So king f8, I guess, because otherwise king here, there's rook f3, rook d4, rook h3. So he plays king d8. Now, I can play the check and queen e4 just to address this rook d4 thing and look forward to f5, f6. I'm on a8 as well there, so any rook d4, he has to watch out for a8. I just want to play f5, f6 now. Although I'm a rook down, what I do like about this position is the mobile pawns heading for his king. And it's 20 seconds. He's not going to make it. I doubt he's going to make it. I could take on a8 here. There's no retreat of the rook. But has he got a perpetual check? CD, queen d4, king h2. Can't see a perpetual check. Right, there's no queen f4 check. Alright, okay. Alright, just one more. That was a bit going off the rails again. So one more game here. I can take on d4 here, surely. Centre pawn. Let's see, knight f5 or d5 or a5. Okay, let's just see what this does for a moment. Does he want to play a3? Okay, d4, drive this knight for a moment. Away. Now what? Now he's trying to attack me. Okay. Bishop e6. Knight e3. f5. Is that too risky? f5, f4, knight e3 seems attractive. Although I'm weakening the diagonal with f5. So he's going for it. Can I do this to stop the use of c5? That means... So if I played queen f6 here, just to stop a few things. Also there's a battery with d3. Bishop g6, hg, knight h7. Alright, this gets nasty. Knight h7 gets nasty. Queen f3, okay, d3, I'm on b2 though. cd protects. That's knight a5. So probably still worth doing for knight a5. King b1, knight b3. It still looks okay. Knight a5, bishop d4, knight b3 check. Let's say queen d3, queen b2. Let's play this. Knight b3 check. So king b1, knight b3, queen c2. Right, there's knight b3 anyway here for knight d4. Actually, this is check. I'll take the queen. Could just take the queen. No, he takes my queen. Let's just take this. Right, I'm just playing knight b3. Queen b2. Alright, I think that will end this session today. Thanks, quick session. So try it out, give the link in the description. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it today, and see you next week on Play Chess. Thanks very much.